Alright, today we've got an NU battle. This time it's against the CEO, the brother of the CEO's little brothers of CEO of Nintendo, or maybe the little kid of the little brother of the CEO of Nintendo, whatever. So I got a random team and he's got a proper team and I'm gonna fail. So I lead with my ginger stick and I protect because I know all of those things are scarf and I just wanted to see what he wants to do. And then he sends out polar eyes, which is his scarf Glaceon. And he was dumb enough to tell me that his Glaceon is scarf. I mean, come on, which Glaceon isn't scarf other than mine? So I go for the banded return here as he switches in back to the freaking Zangoose and promptly dies. So I'm like, yeah, banded return, frick yes. So now I figure, okay, he's gonna overpredict a switch to Greninja and go for some Stone Aging shenanigans. But then he goes for the close combat and I'm like, why did you not overpredict? And then he's like, I'm so close to overpredicting, and I'm like, damn. So I kinda lost my ginger stick for good there. So I'm gonna send out my Scrap Ninja, and then he withdraws from his Hitmonlee to his Hitmonchan, and I'm like, what the hell? Why did you have 2 Hitmons in your team, and why did you have like 3 physical sweepers? So I have nothing to take a Stone Age because that's just how random team fails. And my best bet is to send out my Shadow Stabber for the Intimidate, and he goes for the Fire Punch, which does a manageable amount. But I decide to switch now into my Warship, and he caught the burn and I caught the Parahex, and we got both, and we were just lolling so hard. But I guess it's fair, but the burn really sucks, and you'll see why in a moment. So I'm able to discharge the freaking Hitmonchan for the KO, and now he's gonna send out that Polar Ice, which is his Scarf Glaceon. And now I'll be honest with you here, Scarf Glaceon just won't work. I don't care how awesome Glaceon is, if you put a Scarf on it, it just fails. Yes, this is ckIt-X saying Glaceons fail. The world's gonna collapse. Don't bother waiting until 2012. The world will end now in December 2009. Because ckIt-X said that Glaceons fail, even though it killed my Warship. But that's only because of the burn. So I'm gonna send out my Scrap Ninja. And the only reason I stayed in with Warship was because I wanted to set out a reflect before I dive in case that Hitmonlee decides to make a reappearance, and I'm really worried about that Hitmonlee. So I burned the incoming Sudowoodo, which is nice, and I now get the Intimidate on it, so his attack is cut into bits and smithereens and debris. But he decides to explode. I'm thinking, what the heck, roll? Why did you... oh, damn. So I lost my Scarfer, and there goes my only check against his Hitmonlee. So I'm gonna send out my Nana Neck predicting that Hitmonlee switch in, but he switches out to this Wailord, and I'm thinking, Specs Glaceon switch in, hell yeah, hell yeah.
Day by day, only time will tell if it's meant to be. I'm yours alone, even if not to be. For you my why I break to be, even tomorrow. Let it be rain that falls to make it up to you for all I never said.
Saddest scene ever. He had the guts to death fodder a Glaceon, and that's what he gets. He misses a Blaze Kick, and I'm like, because the rest of my guys are all weak to fire. But I'm pretty sure my Nana Neck can eat that Blaze Kick for lunch. So he self-destructs me, and that doesn't even KO because Specs Glaceon is that awesome. So that's a good game, fun game as hell, and yeah, good game, goodbye people.